Hello and welcome to Smiling Souls. This is Stephanie Shannon Ray and Wendy Tadiucci. How you feeling today?
Hey, I'm feeling great. I am
Yeah.
so excited. Things are things are amazingly calm and
Mm-hmm.
feeling the ease and flow, and I'm spreading that out, right?
Nice.
I have a beautiful sanctuary where someone can sign up, step in, and weekly they get the oh, great,
Yep.
my shoulders can drop email
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that comes into their inbox. So I'm super excited and honored to be able to do that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I've been doing the creative workshops, the 10-week creative workshop. And,
Mhm.
the other day it was really interesting because I host it 2 different days of the week.
Right.
And the other day, last Thursday, um, my sister and another person were on the call,
Really?
and it was just the two of them, so it was very intimate. We're having a
Mm.
conversation, and like what we were working through in the creative workshop, I will do mindfulness, we'll do a
Right.
meditation, we get into some journaling about whatever the topic is that day. And
Mhm.
then there's always like a little business piece, and so I was
Mhm.
sharing the business piece, and my sister has a proper job and doesn't have her own business, but she always has ideas floating around in her head.
Mhm.
And the and so she was kind of like, if I had a business, and I was like, well, you could use it even now. This tip was useful for
Right.
your, even as an employee, but it was also useful in other ways in your personal life. And so then the other woman asked, like, what would you do if you could do something? And at first she kind of went like,
Great question.
like, you know how you freeze up when somebody asks a
Sure.
question like that. But then as she got talking, as we were creating, she starts sharing all the ideas that she has. But she's one of
Amazing.
those, like, she popcorns ideas but doesn't
Yeah.
really do much with them. But all of a sudden the other woman, who is part of the networking communities and
Hmm.
in our circles
Hmm.
of like Shio and
Right.
the Dare to Be community and Polka Dot. And she just was like, well, if you did this, you could do boom, boom, boom. Like you could create a reel out of this and you could put it
Right.
out this
Right.
way and you could do that. And she just like threw out
Right.
10 different things that you could do with one podcast creation or something. And my sister was blown away, but at the same time, I was so proud because I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is showing her the people I surround myself with and the people
That's it.
who,
Right.
we support each other, we lift each other up, we
Yeah.
help you grow personally
Mhm.
and professionally. And so like that just made me so happy because I'm like, that's what Chio is all about. Like it's the personal, it's the professional, it's the
Mm.
community that you can come to for
Right.
guidance, but also love and support, and
All of it.
ease as
Yeah.
well, like you're saying, that breath of fresh air, the break in your
Right.
day. So it was just so cool to see that what we're doing, it's translating and it's
Really
communicating.
is.
So yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Shining a light.
Uh-huh. Exactly. And helping.
Adorable.
And then this week it was just her and I on the Thursday call, my sister and I. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it did, like, she got talking about that. She was like, yeah, it you could tell that it is shining a little light of like, maybe I really should focus on one of these ideas.
It's
And I'm like,
percolating.
yeah, maybe.
Oh my gosh. I love that for her. I love that for you.
Yeah, yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. And then otherwise, life is good. Um, School vacation's coming. We're going to be taking a
Ooh,
road trip.
right, right.
So very exciting.
That is exciting. I love
And
road trips.
me too. And Gabriel's just excited to go to a hotel with a swimming
I
pool.
mean, I get excited to go to a hotel.
Me too. I'm excited.
Love hotels. Love room service. That's my thing.
Yeah. Oh, room service. Cool.
Yeah. Please
There you
serve
go.
me on a platter. I want those little teeny tiny things of ketchup. I think they're adorable. The little
You're
things of jam.
hilarious. Yeah.
It's my thing.
You're hilarious. I love it. Hey, quick question.
When was the last time road traffic made you a better human? What if your time behind the wheel could actually make you calmer, kinder, and even happier?
Ooh, great question. So, Connie Warden's book, Speeding to Compassion, Life Lessons and Humor to the High Road, turns road rage into road wisdom. Huh. She shares funny stories, relatable moments, and simple ways to stay calm, even when someone cuts you off for the third time before coffee. Because the real journey isn't your commute, it is your state of mind.
Find your calmer lane and grab a copy wherever books are sold. Also, you might want to check the show notes because Connie is offering a $5 coupon off of her book, as well as 2 free 30-minute online yoga classes. Just go to conniewarden.com to find the information.
Ooh, what a way to calm down. Do a little yoga and then get in your car.
Right?
I love
Absolutely.
it. Nice.
I love your art.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's such cool.
Thank you.
So cool.
You had a story behind that too, didn't you, Elizabeth, when we connected?
In something particular?
Don't ask me what it was. I don't know. I just remember because I said something and I don't know. We were just off on a conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you've got is that a moon chart over there?
Different things that I'm like very big into like pieces with meaning, I think as everyone is, but being like really intentional with the things that are collected and that we put out. I don't know. I would never I try not to buy anything just for the sake of buying something.
Yeah.
So we've got different things that we were in you can't see this one. So when my husband proposed,
Yeah. That
we
I
were
remember that
in
one.
France, and it was amazing. And we got in the French newspaper.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so cool. So we have that
That was
frame.
amazing.
And then my husband and I both went to the same dance studio as kids, and we didn't know it.
That's
And
hilarious.
we moved in together. So I was living in New York and pursuing a fashion career there for a long time. We did long distance for a year, moved back to California, moved in together. I had all of my things from my childhood bedroom in storage for years, and going through the boxes, we moved in together. I was like, I'm so over all this stuff. I haven't seen it in so long. Who cares? And this last box, he was like, these are photos. You need to go through them. And the last photo in the box was turned upside down. Pulled it out, and it was my Dance in 1997 recital studio photo. And I'm here. He's over here. His older sister is behind me. His other sister is back here. And we never knew that. And he was like,
hilarious.
Flattered or creeped out that you had a photo of me and your husband?
That was it. That was it.
Synchronicity,
That sealed the deal.
And then is that one of those moon chart things of like what the sky was doing on a special night?
Yes. So that was the night that we officially met at a Christmas party, and that was my wedding gift to him. So now we have
I made one of those for the same night that my husband and I met, which was also a Christmas party at my own house at the time.
Oh, that's cool. Love it. Winter solstice time. Special.
Yes.
Love
it.
Yeah.
I love that you guys have that in common. That's amazing. That was the picture.
Cool.
That was the picture that I commented on because I'm like, is that the Last Supper? What is this? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like from here. I'm like, interesting choice. Tell me about that. And you were like, no, actually.
That's funny. Yeah. And then my sister-in-law, she is super creative and does all sorts of different art. She did this.
I love that.
Yeah. It's cool.
That's right up Steph's alley. Art
It
stuff.
is.
Creativity.
I love those line drawings.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been seeing, so one of the things that my social media, I get lots of social media reels of is different tattoo artists. And lately there's been several women tattoo artists who do like the line drawings, but there's some where they'll take like a picture of your kid and literally do like a profile line drawing.
Oh, that's how special.
And it looks so cool. And then like it'll go into their name and it's so cool. And I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's really cool. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I love those
Okay.
really thin, I don't know what you call them, the really
Yeah.
thin single line tattoos.
Yes. Yeah.
So
They're
pretty.
so cool. I
Mm.
don't
Are
have
you
any,
saying,
but
hold on, Steph. You're saying
what?
they get these on their face?
No, 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 no.
No.
No, usually it's like
I'm
an
like,
arm tattoo or something, but what
got
it
it.
is they look at like they take a picture, say, of like
Okay, so like
Like a
okay.
profile.
a profile. Yeah, they'll take a picture of like this picture of Gabe,
Yeah,
and they'll
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of go like they'll draw here, and
Okay.
then kind of down along his nose and his mouth and whatever. Somehow they get the eyeballs in there, and
Huh.
and then as they come down here, they write his
The
name.
name. Okay.
It's
Now
so
I
A
get
little
it.
cool.
Picasso-ish.
It is. It's very cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Should we do oracle cards?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Okay. How about I go first with my card and then you go?
Okay, that works.
Okay. All right. So my card from the Rooted Woman is River.
Oh,
And
the
I
little
love,
foxy.
yes, I love the little foxy.
Foxy Loxy.
Mm-hmm. All right. River. It says river, flow. Rivers and springs, the old stories tell us, have their origins in the other world and carry with them its life-giving nourishment. In European myth and folklore, they're closely identified with the divine woman who are present in the water's flow. From the perspective of a map, the path of the river might seem to be fixed, but the truth is that they're dynamic beings. The river's course will shift and flex during its long lifetime, and its waters will swell and diminish from day to day. Sometimes a river will rise and break its banks, casting off all the restraints it inexorable of its inexorable flow. It's the ultimate inflexibility, and its strength must not be underestimated. When rocks meet water, the rocks will always eventually give way. The river is a silver thread snaking through the land. She's everywhere and nowhere. She travels on past us, but still she remains. She's the flow of all our longings, the flow of inspiration that propels us through this life. She knows exactly where she's landed or where she's headed. And from the very beginning, she's always on her way home to the sea. The river always leads to home. If you can only bring yourself to trust the flow of life as it carries you onward. This card invites you to trust the flow of life, to stop resisting and believe in that the course you're taking, though often it will twist, sometimes it will turn back on itself, will eventually lead you home. How funny is that? Because first off, my word of the year, trust.
Yeah.
I sure as heck have had the twisty, turning, whirling
Oh, girl.
river for a life.
Right. Yep.
And we were literally just talking about this. Like, just trusting
Just
that the
calm
path,
down, release. Yes.
calm down. It's not a big deal. Like, that we are in that we are trusting. We are part of that, let's say, river, right?
Yeah.
And that more people need to be doing that.
We're just floating in our floaties down the lazy river.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Margarita in hand.
So I guess that is just a for sure,
That's
like,
a validation.
acknowledgement and validation that, yeah, we're on the right path. We're doing the right things. And I love that there's a little owl in the tree.
Oh, I didn't see the owl.
There's an owl, there's a deer, and there's a fish in the river.
Oh, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, girl, you're not going to believe this.
What did you pull?
This happens all the time, Elizabeth, just saying. So
Oh, I know.
I pulled the White Witch.
White witch.
Be the light.
And it's got an owl.
Okay, yeah, I just noticed that. But here's what really stood out for me. Take the higher road and choose the light. It gets better. It gets better. Wait, there's more. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences. Like you and I just had, Steph.
Yep.
And I went, I can't, no, bye.
Yep.
Okay. The White Witch card represents the maiden aspect of the triple goddess of paganism and modern Wicca, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever. The maiden is a gentle, innocent, and pure aspect of the goddess, a loving soul who wants nothing but the best for the whole earth. She is joined by a horned owl, showing she is willing to respect those with more wisdom and experience than she has. But she's also willing to trust what she feels to be right within. There's that flow of the river. Just flow. With this card, you're being reminded of the goodness within. No matter what is happening to you or around you, you have a choice. Choose not to be pulled into dramas, bickering, or energies that are just going to limit your joy. Oh, Lord, Elizabeth, if you were a fly on the wall about an hour ago, you'd be laughing your ass off. If you are surrounded by people who are hostile towards you or someone else, you are in a negative situation. Perhaps in your workplace, you are being invited to be the light. You are an incredible person who can really bring light. So how can you change the energy? How can you redirect the conversation to love? How can you protect yourself? How can you help the person that is being picked on? Or are you the one who is guilty of causing a drama? You will know the answers. Know also that you are being encouraged to shine the light you were born to share. Validation.
That legit says our key words.
I know.
And how we live. Yes, for sure.
I can't wait to hear Elizabeth's card.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to talk or not during that.
Oh, yeah.
No, you
absolutely.
totally
Oh,
can.
okay. I was trying not to interject. Those are beautiful.
You were so cute. I love when you were like,
I didn't know. I was like, I'm just going to stay over here, but I'm hearing you
I
on
can
back
see it.
here. It's so cool.
too funny. All right. So, when I pulled earlier because I feel the energy of the cards and figure out what's the right one for Elizabeth. And so I pulled the well.
Ooh.
Oh, for Pete's sake, water. Come
The
on.
Water Day. I love that card. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
beautiful.
The well is the native traditions of Britain and Ireland. The well in the native traditions of Britain and Ireland have their roots in the other world. They are gateways between worlds. The water which flows from them offer up otherworldly nourishment, not just physical but spiritual. Because of that, the wells were recognized as sacred, just as they have been by nearly every culture on the planet and throughout every age. These wells and springs, which originated in the other world, would once have been dedicated to sovereignty, the goddess of the land who bestowed the gifts of the other world. The gifts of the wells are many. Some were known for their healing properties. Others were granted for granting fertility. Magical fish which live in the well, salmon and sometimes trout, might appear to those who would come seeking insight or foreknowledge. These fish are credited as grantors of the imus, a form of intuitive knowledge and wisdom, which is the other world's greatest gift. The water of the well, then, is the source of life and spiritual wisdom. But the source of life must be cared for. A good well must be tended, and if you neglect a well, you're also neglecting the soul of the land. You're neglecting your own soul and what nourishes it. The well card invites you to replenish and renew yourself in the freely given waters of life, but it also asks you to respect and treasure their source. In the spirit of reciprocity, We offer in return our love and our gratitude for all of this world that upholds us.
Oh, that was
Right?
beautiful.
Oops, it's upside down. There we go. So
Gorgeous.
beautiful. I
Yeah,
loved that.
me too.
That was really cool. Did it resonate in any special way for you, or did it just,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah?
Take me to the other world.
Yeah, right?
Or
Need-
bring it about in your
Yeah, yes, 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 yes. Yes.
I was like, I need a well with a salmon coming out of it.
Yeah, I think a reminder of what's important and how much is here for us to learn from
Yes,
already.
for
Yeah, that's
sure.
beautiful. I love
I
that.
love that.
Oh, oh my gosh, these cards, the universe is always conspiring on our behalf.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And on that note, I am so excited to finally welcome Elizabeth to the Smiling Souls. Stephanie and I are so excited to welcome Elizabeth Mahoney to Smiling Souls. Elizabeth is a wardrobe stylist and visual creative based in Southern California. With a background in fashion, visual merchandising, and personal styling, she helps clients reconnect with their style and get dressed with more clarity and confidence. Through her practice, Care X Elm, she blends thoughtful styling with sustainability, storytelling, and a whole lot of care. So welcome to Smiling Souls, Elizabeth.
Hey, thank you so much. What a nice welcome. Thank you. I'm so
Yay.
happy to be here with both of you finally.
I know, I'm so
course.
excited. Like I don't even like a couple years ago we connected last year. I don't know when it was.
Yeah.
And as soon as you said self-care through your wardrobe, you said it a lot better than I just did. I went,
That's perfect.
girl, you got to be on our show
Yeah.
because we're all about self-care and shining our light and uplifting others. So I guess my first question is what is the connection between self-care, self-love, and wardrobe?
Oof, where do I begin? Okay, thank you. I just have to also say that in the beginning, the conversation you two just had, there were things I wrote down,
Oh,
which is
perfect.
so aligned with where I'm at personally in
Oh,
my life and the power of community. I think you were talking about
yeah.
that, Stephanie, with your sister
Yeah.
and community support and how much can come from that. I've realized for my own self, that has what gave me the confidence to finally say, oh, I can go out on my own and I can do something really meaningful and connect with other people through what I'm super passionate about. So I just love that. And then the breath of fresh air. And I think what that gives you is just, that was beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I think the connection from self-care to how you dress, I mean, that's what we have when we leave the house. What we have is what how we present ourselves, and so to feel good in what we have on changes your ability to show up in whatever situation you're walking into, whether that's just running errands or if you've got an event or a meeting or school drop off, whatever it is. It's like feeling good in what you have on allows you to express yourself and care for yourself in a way that's fun. And for me, I fashion has always been how I connected to the women in my life personally. My mom and my mom was very sick a lot of the time, and she passed away when I was 20 years old. But throughout my childhood, we shopping was our thing. Getting dressed was a thing. She taught. She was a hairstylist and a makeup artist, and I grew up in the salon, and that was just something that we really bonded and connected on. And so more than just it being like a material thing, it was connection. My great grandmother was a seamstress and made all of my mom and her sister's clothes growing up for Sunday school and everything. And so it's just I've always seen the meaning of it and how much connection it can actually bring. So yeah, I think that would
I love that.
Me
That
too.
connection between you and your grandmother and your mother and that common thread.
Yeah.
Oh, that just
yeah.
is beautiful. And look at what you're doing now
Yeah.
to shine your light in the world and also honor your grandmother and your mom.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I worked in the fashion industry, like you said, for a long time. I was in New York and I did visual merchandising. I worked for Ralph Lauren for the majority of
Okay.
my career, and then I worked for a bunch of smaller brands after that.
Mm-hmm.
And my time at Ralph Lauren was just incredible, and there was
Mm-hmm.
such a investment and value in the creative element and the
Yeah.
store experience for
Yeah.
clients, and I loved getting to do that. And
Mhm.
what I really loved was the people at the end of the day. The team I was working with, we were a family, and they're still like my cherished best friends in my life. And I think that was always the most important thing, was like the people. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, throughout my career, it was great, but it stopped being about that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the retail experience was shifting and online was becoming really the thing. Shopping online, as we all know,
Yeah.
became so big. And I started to feel disconnected from it. And
Mm-hmm.
I started to see
Right.
through working with different communities and seeing all these amazing female entrepreneurs and female founders doing really great things, but maybe not necessarily presenting themselves as best as they could and making an
Yeah.
impact in that way. And that's where
Yeah.
I started to see, oh, I think there's an opportunity for me to go back to really helping people in a way that I know I can do and that I am passionate about, that would actually really make a difference in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
that's
is
I
how this
awesome.
love
all
that.
started.
Oh, Steph, do you have a question for Elizabeth?
Um, I'm not sure yet.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
She
I
just
got you
kind of
covered.
blew my mind. Like I just was like,
Oh,
"Oh, I love
Really?
her."
What?
Not like
thank you.
blew it, but just like she just her energy is so great, and also to go to a place of like I want to
Mhm.
help people.
Yeah.
That's not exactly always top of mind in the fashion world. So,
No,
Right.
right. It was missing, I was missing that being of service part
mm-hmm.
of life
Yes,
that
yes,
that is kind of, for me sometimes it's like it's actually like a selfish thing for me because I get so much fulfillment
yes,
from it and reward from
yes.
it.
Uh huh.
And then seeing what it does for someone else is like, oh, that's incredible. I can do that. I can make a living doing that. Yes. Why
That's
would I not do
awesome.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More of this, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it might be helpful for our listeners and viewers for you to talk about, Elizabeth, like your process. How does this work?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So if someone were to work with me, I
Mhm.
like to start with a closet edit.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I have like a three-step framework or approach to that.
Mhm.
And so the first being, and this is something that people can just do on their own too. I like to send like optional
Nice.
prep work ahead of time, just so
Oh,
that
nice.
one, we can get the most out of our time together, and
Mhm.
two, I think some great insights come through it for people. So I'll give an example. So the
Yeah.
first step would be the edit, and that would
Mm-hmm.
be to look at what you already have in the closet and start to go through, and we're creating space. So it's, yes, it's about kind of getting, not getting rid of, but moving on from things that no longer feel like the version of yourself that you're in right now. They no longer fit. They no longer flatter you in a way that you like. We're creating space to allow more clarity to come in. And
Mhm.
with that, I also like for people to set aside the things that are like their regulars. They're really their go-to everyday pieces that they wear all the time,
Yeah.
that make them feel really good, that are
Mhm.
just like your bread and butter, if you will, of your
Mhm.
wardrobe.
Right.
Because I think sometimes people think they have an idea of their style or what they
Right.
wear or how they dress, and then like someone could think they wear a lot of color, but then you pull together your go-tos and it's like all black or all neutrals.
Yes.
So then that
Yeah.
allows you to say, oh, well, maybe I want to add in more color, and how can I do
Right.
this in a way that makes sense
Mm-hmm.
with what I've
I love
already
that.
got that works for me. So the edit is first, and
Right.
then I like to say the second step is to um, we edit, we like energize, but I think that's more of a third step. I say,
Okay. Yeah.
no, let's go with express. Okay, so the
Okay.
second step would be to
Right.
express. And this is
Mm-hmm.
where we start to kind of uncover what is what does self-expression look like for you? So that would be like kind of starting to define what your personal style is,
Right.
because I think that that's important. It's important to connect with
Yeah.
even just like descriptive words that
Yeah.
you align with, whether that be just classic, whether that be tailored, whether that's edgy or bohemian. It's what feels good, not necessarily what you feel like is in or what is
Right.
appropriate or what you should be wearing. It's like, what do you actually
Yeah.
align with and how do you want to feel in what you're wearing?
Mhm.
Because that helps kind of get the puzzle pieces together to kind of clip
Mhm.
into place to figure out what else you may want to start to layer in to help you get to where you want to go with your style and your wardrobe. Um, and I also, something I'm going to interject here is
Yeah.
um, meaningful things. We talked a little bit about like
Right.
work on the wall. I think having
Yeah.
meaningful pieces, whether that is something that's just passed down and when your family from someone else, something given to you, something like vintage. I love going to estate sales. I got this last weekend at an estate sale,
Oh, that's
finding out
amazing.
about the person that owned it previously and knowing that there's stories that you then can take and breathe new life into. Uh,
Mhm.
or something that's like artisan made that's found on your travels. I think those
Yes.
Right.
things are really important and help you also connect to your personal style.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the express part of it. And so then with that, then we energize. That's where we kind
Ooh.
of start to um,
Yeah.
I like to have a try-on party, I say.
Mhm.
Oh
So
my
I,
gosh. Yeah.
yeah. So we did the closet edit,
Mhm.
right? And we've got our go-tos.
Yeah.
And then now we are kind of understanding where we want to take our wardrobe to or our personal style. So
Mhm.
now it's okay, how can we take maybe what's not working in our closet or what we're not wearing that we want to
Mhm.
wear and mix it in with our go-tos. And so I love creating new outfits. My favorite thing to hear on in any session, which I usually always hear, is I would have never put that together.
Yeah.
And
Right. Oh, wow.
but it is authentic to them because they own it. They just didn't understand how to put it together.
Yeah.
Right, right. And I feel like that is something that I can see sometimes, and it's
Yeah.
so fun to do that and show people how they can use what they already own and not just add in more to have this
Right.
overwhelming closet that they stare at that they don't know what to do with. So,
Yeah.
and that's really energizing and it brings energy into your wardrobe and how you dress. So I think having a try on party and just allowing yourself to
To
maybe
play.
turn on some music and have
Mhm.
fun and
Yes.
Yeah.
try things on, experiment. I also think that sometimes we put things on and we're like, oh, I don't like this. And we take it
Yep.
off really quickly. And it's like, give yourself a second, see
Right.
how you feel in it. Walk around a little bit, get a
Yeah.
glass of water, roll your sleeves up, button it differently, layer something with it, play
Mhm.
with what you've got. 'Cause I think a lot can come out of that.
Mm.
And so that's the three-step approach that I
I
like to take.
love that. And I love that it's playing in your own closet, you know, getting creative there. And then, if you need to add something, you add something. But
Yes.
like, you
Mm.
don't have to go out and rebuild your whole wardrobe.
No, you don't need to start from scratch every time.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, I think, doing that first and understanding what you've got in the closet is just like we go back, that's self-care also. Your closet should
Yeah.
be a
Really?
sanctuary. It should
Yes.
be a space you want to go in and
Right.
want to be in and want to enjoy the things that are in there. And if you
Mhm.
don't know what you have, then you don't really know or understand what to add
Right.
in and when. And
Mm-hmm.
then you're overwhelmed, you're over consuming,
Yep.
and that's not helpful.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I like to do the edit. So then if there is intentional ways to add in, if we
Yeah.
find gap items, I like to call them, then
Mm.
I also help clients personal shop and we add in really intentionally.
That's fantastic. I love
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that.
love it.
Yeah.
And I love how you find items at estate sales, like this necklace. You've got a
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
story behind it. Like
Yeah.
that has a meaning. It's not just something you bought at Target or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I love the things that have a story, that have
Mm-hmm.
meaning. Steph, you're going to laugh about this one. I thought as Elizabeth was talking about my strawberry shortcake jacket that you love so
And
much,
how much you love it and how it brings you such joy.
and how it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely,
It's absolutely crazy. It
It's
looks like it
bonkers.
should be a blanket, except it's a jacket that she wears.
It really is. Yeah.
It's
my
like
gosh,
this
cool.
furry fabric with strawberry shortcake material, like
And Christmas trees.
decorations, and
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, amazing.
It's bonkers, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
The best.
When I show it to Steph, she's like,
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
I do. I retract a little bit. It's okay.
but it does, like the bottom
But
line.
I love the joy that it brings you.
Right.
And I also love that you have strawberry shortcake slippers to go with it. So, life gets even better.
Here we go. Statement pieces.
Statement pieces.
Oh, that's a statement for sure. I love those.
I
And
was even trying to
conversation
run.
starters too. I think things like that spark
Right.
conversation and spark interest. And that can also help when you're going into situations where maybe you're not as comfortable, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have something that someone can see and it's like, oh, what's that? And that's an easy thing to talk about.
For sure.
Steph and Elizabeth, talk amongst yourselves. I got to show something to Elizabeth. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you work with people all over, or do you particularly work in the California area? What
For in-person sessions is pretty
Obviously.
local, anywhere
Yep.
from like San Diego to Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then I love to travel. I'll go anywhere, but I can also I do virtual sessions as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Oh my gosh, amazing.
hang
You
on.
really have all the merch.
She's sharing her
I'm telling you,
dragonfly
it found
in Stars
Look
Hollow.
at that Stars Hollow.
Hang on.
Yes, Wendy and I really connected on our love of Gilmore Girls.
Kim's Antiques.
Oh, cute, all
What
the
else is on
patches.
here? What else is on here? There's something. I guess that's it. I need more patches. Oh, nah.
Luke's.
Oh, Luke's.
Luke's.
Gotta have Luke's.
Luke's.
So
Yeah.
cute.
So I picked
Did
this
you
up.
add those patches or did it come like that?
No, these all came with it, but
Oh,
they had patches there that you could stick on here. So
yeah.
anyway,
You
but
need like
this
a
is the cheap.
a Chilton patch.
Yeah.
No Chilton patch. No.
Oh, and it has embroidered Gilmore Girls on the collar.
I know.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
I
Right?
freaking love
How
this
fun.
jacket.
I
I'm
love
so
that.
excited to wear it. Anyway, I just had to show that to
I
you,
love
Elizabeth.
that. And then
'cause-
that's something that you wear and you find your people.
She gave me a sticker that is a Gilmore Girls sticker. It says, "Life is short, talk fast."
Yes.
You also have Team Jess, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Team Jess is on my other
Yeah,
water
yeah.
bottle.
Love Jess. Jess went to my high school, Milo Ventimiglia.
What?
Nice.
Yes.
Oh my God. See, if he would have been at Gilmore Girls Fest and my husband had met him, I told him, I'm like, you would have had to detain him. Matt Zuckery,
You would
fine.
not have been allowed to come home if
Yeah,
I did not meet
exactly.
him.
You need to wait here for my wife.
You have to sit on top of him and wait.
Girl. Yeah. Okay. So,
So funny.
I love
exactly. What was I going to? I got all
You got excited.
distracted with the strawberry shortcake and the Gilmore Girls. Oh yeah, you do. So I heard you say, Elizabeth, you find your people. So I wore, I'm telling you, the merch found me a Spirit jersey to my dermatologist, and it said Gilmore Girls, and she's like, "Oh, I love the show." And so we just started talking about all the things, and it was so much fun. And I think it's probably the same like with your necklace with whatever you walk into a community with, or even virtually, and someone spots it, and that starts a conversation.
Exactly.
I definitely do try to think of that when I'm going to like a networking, like a
Really?
big networking situation,
Oh.
like Celebration for Polka Dot, where you're going to be in a room with like 400 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm terrible at conversation starters, and so
I'm not great either at
like
them.
I'm introverted, and I would if I'm gonna go into conversation, it's
Same.
gonna go deep pretty fast. So
same.
Yes.
we're the fluff is not my favorite, but
Same.
to have a fluff that allows somebody to go, oh, that's a beautiful necklace, that's a beautiful whatever.
Right.
The in,
Yes.
That's the end.
So
The in to go a little deeper.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So
I love
great.
that. I love that. Elizabeth, I'm wondering if you can tell us about the time that you were styling a client for a big event, you went shopping and you didn't use any of the pieces.
Yes. So, so funny. Yeah, I had a client who she was going to a ski joring competition.
A
Uh,
ski what?
ski joring competition. I had never heard of this either. Are you
I
familiar?
know.
So it I think it was in Montana or
Okay.
Colorado in the
Yeah.
mountains in the snow,
Oh,
ski joring. So it is, my understanding is that it is horseback. Someone is on horseback
Yes, I just recently
and
heard
they're
of
running,
this.
and the skier is connected, and the horse runs and launches you
oh my God.
to the track.
Holy moly.
It's
Okay.
crazy
Yeah,
town.
wild. And it is a
That's
big
interesting.
deal. And she was getting to go for the first time and be a part of this new team. Um,
Uh-huh.
and, everyone gets their best mountain gear, Western gear on. And so we had this really fun
Ah.
day shopping, and we went to vintage stores, and
Oh,
we got back to her house and we started putting different outfits together for the different events that she
yeah.
had. And it was good. Things were cute and looking good. And then we looked at her jewelry, and there was this necklace that her grandmother had given her. And it was this really
Oh.
cool, interesting stone. I think it was turquoise from what I remember. And it had some
Oh.
beading on it. And it was just so beautiful. And she was like, "Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
I have this." And it was like the second she put it on, it just brought her that connection. It brought
Right.
me into the look. It was something different
Yeah.
that no one else would have. And it's
Mm-hmm.
her own story connected to it. And it allowed her to step into the confidence to go into this new scenario, knowing that she had this piece of connection and meaning with her.
Yes.
Um,
Mm.
and
Love that.
yeah, it was so beautiful. And it wasn't because it was something trendy or something that everyone else would have been
Oh,
wearing or looked like.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a beautiful moment. And it just reminded me, yeah, that like confidence through connection, that piece is so, so important. And we can get so much from those meaningful pieces.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Chills.
Mhm.
Um, I'm wondering, someone that's listening or watching, what would you say, Elizabeth, is a very easy way for someone to step into self-care through their wardrobe?
I would say there are a few
Hmm.
small things you can do, right? If the larger closet edit is
Yeah.
feels a little overwhelming. Um, a few like it's going to sound maybe even a little silly, but something I always
We
tell
like silly.
clients to do is to start small, but
Yeah.
like start thoughtfully and intentionally. And
Right.
maybe that's just even when you put something on that you feel good in, take a photo of it
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
create an album on your phone that's just like outfits or something, whatever you
yeah.
want to name it,
Oh, wow.
so that you can start to build your own little personal style archive. Because I think sometimes we're in a rush, we're going quick, and we're like, I don't know what to wear.
Right.
Go back to your album
Mm.
on your phone with these photos of outfits that you've liked in the past. You forget what you wear, you forget what you put together
Right.
sometimes, and you can see something and say, oh, yeah, that combination of things looked really good. And maybe you put the same exact thing on, or maybe you do one little micro edit and change one thing about it and make it feel new to you for whatever you're going into. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's really helpful
Right.
to start, and that's a way to start to feel more connected to what you have and what works for you.
Mm.
Um, I think as far as editing goes, again, starting small without feeling overwhelmed by everything in the closet, maybe start
Mhm.
with one category or one drawer
Mm.
or
Sure.
one shelf. I
Mm-hmm.
think that we underestimate the kind of energetic reset that that can bring to
Mm.
you. When you
Right.
sometimes the house is a mess, you're like, things feel chaotic, and you just
Right.
start with one little corner, and that can make you feel so much better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
starting small. And then lastly, I would say,
Yeah.
going back to the experimenting and trying things on,
Mm.
take an outfit you wear every day and change one or two elements about it in a way that maybe you haven't.
Yeah.
Just allow yourself to play. I think that is really a way that you can care for yourself, that you'll be surprised how that makes you feel.
I love that. Allow yourself to play because play
Yeah.
is powerful. Like
Yes.
I think we just don't allow ourselves to play for whatever reason. What a great opportunity to play in your wardrobe.
Yeah. And it's not about doing it all, right?
Right.
It's
Just
just
little
like
bits.
starting where you're at, meeting yourself where you are, and just being
Yeah.
intentional.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, are there like key items that you recommend
Oh,
people
great question.
have, or, besides the
Yeah.
like personal things, the meaningful things, like, are there key items that you recommend?
Yeah, I think there are a few that I like. I think that sometimes not everyone is different and what people like.
Right.
Like someone who I think a blazer is a great
Yeah.
thing to have because I think it instantly adds polish and gives structure to something,
Yeah.
but not everyone likes that. Sometimes people feel too
Yeah.
restricted in a
Yeah.
blazer
Yeah.
and that doesn't work for their life. So whatever that is, I think some type of outerwear piece, some type of third piece. That was
Yes.
I think the first practical lesson I learned working at Ralph Lauren when I started in sales as a little baby was the power of three pieces. We're having
Yep.
some type of third piece. So you have a top and you have a pair of pants. It could even
Yeah.
just be the belt that you add, or some
Yep.
It's a third piece.
jacket, or
Oh,
a vest,
that's easy.
or
Or a scarf.
something to add to it that
Okay.
instantly starts to feel more pulled together,
Yep.
uh, the third piece.
Mhm.
And so that's not super specific, but it can be kind of, you can
No,
find
I
both
like that.
there. And
I
then
do
a
too.
great pair of jeans. I am not a leggings person personally. I really
Yeah, me
like
either.
a
Hmm.
good pair of jeans that I
Yes.
can throw on anytime I just want to be comfortable. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really great. Um, yeah, a good outerwear piece, pair of jeans, some type of third piece. I also think for me, accessories, I
Mm-hmm.
really like to accessorize. And I think
Hmm.
that's another way
Hmm.
that you can instantly feel better in something,
Yes.
even if it's just jeans and a t-shirt, adding
Mm-hmm.
something to it, adding a necklace, a bracelet,
Yes.
ring, earrings,
Yeah.
something. Going back to the staple pieces, I would say a great t-shirt. I like a t-shirt and I
Mm-hmm.
like a
Yeah.
button up.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Ooh.
some good
And a
classics.
great like piece of jewelry, like what you're wearing
Yeah,
Yeah.
today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could wear, I also think too, that is like a good formula to work. A lot of us work from home and
Right.
every day sometimes we just want to be in our sweats and that's cool too. But I think it
Yeah.
also is important to get dressed. I
100%.
notice a difference in my productivity
Yep.
throughout the day if I
Hmm.
actually make myself feel a little pulled together, and jeans
Right.
and a t-shirt and some type of third piece somewhere, whether that's an
Mhm.
accessory or a jacket or a vest or something,
Mm.
is a formula that you can use every day. That's
Right.
Mm-hmm.
easy, and you
Yep.
can change one thing about it every couple of days to get
Mm-hmm.
longevity out of the outfit. And then I think through having that staple, that foundation,
Yeah.
allows you to play a little bit more because then you can get
Mm-hmm.
creative with whatever that one thing is that you start to change. And then all of a sudden, maybe by the end of the week, you've changed
Yeah.
the outfit entirely to something
Yeah.
you've never even worn in your closet.
I love that. That's a
That's
great
super.
idea.
Yeah. Super exciting and fun.
Yeah.
It does make me laugh. I was just, as you were talking about that, I was laughing because there are certain days that I actually get very productive, but I refuse to get out of my bed. Like, I literally bring the laptop into my bed because the thing is, I can be cozy, but
Yeah.
I can also spread the stuff all over the bed. So I've got
Yeah.
like paperwork everywhere and I'm like
Right. Right.
focusing on something, but I'm
You're in
also
the zone.
cozy and I'm like
Yeah.
in the zone. And yeah, on those days it's like yoga pants or sweatpants or whatever. And I
Yep.
don't care. And the cat's like, yay, I'm curling up with mom while she works and does
Oh,
crazy things.
the best.
Meanwhile, like my child who goes to a school where he has to wear a uniform,
Oh, right.
they like his class will earn a dress down day, and he's like, I can wear my suit.
Oh, I remember that. Oh my gosh.
And
That is
Yes.
amazing.
my husband and I are like, babe, does anyone else dress up on dress down day? And he's like, no, but it doesn't matter. It's what I want to wear. They say that we should wear what we want to wear. And I'm like, all right, kid. Okay. But like,
I
meanwhile,
love it
in our heads, we're like
so
thinking
much.
of when we were in school, like, oh God, he's going to get beat up. Oh, whatever. And he's like, no. He was so funny because today it was like Friendship Day and Kindness Day, so they were encouraging like pink and red or black
right.
and white, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna wear my suit. And I was like, is that a good idea? And he was like, listen, so and so said I had the drippy Riz the last time I wore my suit. And I was like,
I don't know what that is. Evidently, Elizabeth does.
Riz is like charisma, and when you're
Yes.
drippy, it's like really good. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Okay, I
falling
learned
off
something
of
today.
you.
Styling.
He's like,
Drippy.
yeah, drippy Riz. And so he was like, he was so impressed with himself. So he's like, yeah, I gotta have the drippy Riz. I was like, okay, we're going with that. And then when I was dropping him off today, and I think it's more because it's like a pink and red day. The little girl, like some of the little girls were in cute dresses and stuff. So I was like, oh, look, others are dressed up too. And so he was like, yay, it's not just me.
How old is he? How old is
He's
he?
11.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he's going to like 6th grade, and he's like, I'm going to wear my suit today. So today
I love it so much.
I do try to lay out outfits for him, and we try to like give him a little style within his
Right.
like suit looks sometimes. So
Yeah.
today I was like, they said black and white. So I threw out I laid out jeans or black corduroys.
Yeah.
He has a pink dress shirt that my mother got him. And she found him a tuxedo jacket at Savers for like $5 or something.
Oh my God.
So tuxedo jacket, pink shirt,
So good.
and he went with blue jeans
Yeah.
and sneakers.
How cute
So
is
he's
that?
like totally cool. Yeah.
Drippy
Oh,
Riz.
he's so cute.
Total drippy Riz. Yeah.
That's so cool.
This kid
so
of
cool.
yours, he's like going to be a fashion plate. He's
Yeah.
going to be the kid that graduates with like a vest.
Yeah, he's going to be
And
that kid.
The
Yeah.
suit, like oh yeah.
Whole three-piece suit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Pocket watch.
Yeah, when he graduates to a pocket watch, man, watch out.
So cool. So is he into vintage and thrifting and stuff too then? Or
Not really. He's just into
Okay.
suits. I think
Yeah.
so. I blame that he watched a lot of the show Boss Baby as a child, and he wants to be the boss. But he
I love
also
that. Okay, cool.
wants to be president of the United States of America, and like
I'm
that's
telling you.
where his sights are set. So he just feels like he has to
Wow.
dress the part. He's already campaigning, so you know.
That
Oh my
kid
gosh,
is going to change
amazing.
the world. Like
Yeah.
he's like Steph. He's just light
Yeah.
times 10.
Aw,
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah, what a testament
Yeah.
to you as a mom.
He's his own unique creature, though, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
we kind of are like, wow, where did he come from? But,
How special.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I had to tell you that.
Yeah, I love it. I want to see
I'm
more.
so
I want
glad
to
you
see his
did.
outfits of the day.
Right? Oh, man, that would be hilarious.
He'd be all about
Well,
it.
so that's the funny thing is there are days that when he dresses himself, so he doesn't pay attention. He has a hard time letting go of things. So he doesn't really pay attention once his pants are too short.
Oh,
Or like he had this one shirt, this dinosaur shirt that he doesn't normally wear graphic tees. Anything like normally he's like,
Okay.
no. But he had this
Okay.
like Henley shirt, the woven material, and
Yeah.
it had a dinosaur on it and it said roar. It was like a size 6'7". So like when you're about 6-7 years old, that's when you would wear
Oh no,
this
you just
shirt.
did the 6'7" thing too.
I did. Oh my God, I didn't even mean to. But when he was like that age, he started wearing that shirt, and he was probably 9 when I finally took it away from him. it was like up to here on him, like his belly would, and so, but he was like, he would put it on when he was just at home by himself. Like, he's like, no, it still fits. And I'm like, no, it does not. And the other day I was doing something in his room and I opened a drawer and there it was. He had it hidden away somewhere because he was like, you can't take it. And I was like, okay.
Oh, that's sweet.
But yeah, there are days that he gets dressed and we're like, please go back in your room and change that. Like, he'll wear like plaid with stripes and like colors that don't even go together. And I'm like, try again. And he's like, what? What's wrong with it? And I have to explain to him what's wrong.
I tell him a great rule of thought there.
Yeah.
Mixing patterns, mixing textures, like print on print.
Yeah.
I like to say if there's a common thread, like a color thread somewhere in that matches.
Yeah.
Then it usually can work.
Then we can do it.
Sometimes you see people that are wearing a print on print and you're like, why does that work? And usually there's a color thread in there that
because there are those like people that wear like really, especially men that wear really cool suits that have like a tie and a shirt that like that are doing crazy things and you're like, what but it works.
The color thread and then just confidence owning it.
For sure. I love it.
Sounds like he does.
he has some unique confidence for sure.
I love it.
It really does.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm just learning to dress like a grown up, but it's okay.
That's something we can play with.
It is.
Our life, you know?
Exactly.
You dress for different versions of yourself, you know? And that's important too, to evolve. Our style should evolve continually.
Yes.
Right.
Just as we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're not the same people we were 20 years ago, 10 years ago. We're always evolving, up leveling, finding new things to love and have fun with.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's something I talk about often is there's the idea of, right, we talked about the staples, like a capsule, having a capsule wardrobe.
Oh,
yeah.
So many of us have a time capsule wardrobe where we have a wardrobe that we dress that fit a certain part of our life that no longer does anymore. And it's okay to figure out how to evolve from that place.
Yeah.
It really is a time capsule.
Capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, especially because so much has changed, right? Corporate culture has changed. So we work from home. The work culture, where I feel like we really used to dress for that. There was such a corporate dressing way of presenting yourself that really no longer matches kind of where the majority of us are at. Not that I think there's a way to do it still, but I think just we've shifted.
Jeez, remember the 80s and the shoulder pads?
Oh, God. Yes.
Oh, I'm still a fan. I think the 80s is one of my favorite decades.
And at the same time, like the worst silhouette on me. I don't know if you guys ever did this, but the big like shaker sweater, the oversized shaker sweater, and then the leggings, it made me look like a mushroom.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. The stirrup pants.
The stirrups. Yes.
And the jelly
They've made a comeback. They've made somewhat of a comeback, the stirrup.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Everything cycles back around too.
Well, so I heard the shoulder pads were started in the 1930s or 40s.
Yeah.
And then they cycled back in the 80s.
Yes.
Have they come back again?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think Miley Cyrus might be to blame, but
for shoulder pads?
He does do a shoulder pad.
She loves to rock a shoulder pad.
Rocks an
She looks fabulous doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just not sure that every human can do it.
Yeah. There's a designer, YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. They are doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, and then just one side note. Then you have the wrap dress, the iconic wrap dress with Diane
von
Furstenberg. Like that is still, it still works. Iconic. It's still a good shape.
Yes. Any woman can wear it. It's flattering. That's actually a great staple too. I think I was just talking about a wrap dress with a client the other day.
Yep.
Because it can be so freeing, but then it just fits the woman's silhouette. I mean, you have a woman who dressed women right?
Yeah.
I am on Furstenberg. So I think that right there is helpful too. When a woman does it, she
Yes.
knows.
Yes.
And yeah, so comfortable, so easy.
Yeah.
One piece.
I
Good.
know. And it's interesting that you say that because it's very interesting to see the designers who truly understand a woman's body and then the ones that
Don't get it.
don't really get it. Like they want all their models to be emaciated and whatnot. But, but like somebody like Christian Siriano, I love that he's all about designing for like all sized women, like every
Yes.
single size of the world.
Yes.
Like
And talk
it's
about
so
fun. He's
beautiful.
so fun
He's
and does
so
really
fun.
cool things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Man,
it.
I feel like we could talk. There's so many different avenues we can go down, and wow, we could definitely do some more episodes
Yes.
on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, is there something you want to share that you would love to get out into the world?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to share. I have a mindful dressing guide. It's just a free little guide to start to
Mhm.
help you think about how to dress a little more mindfully. There's little tips and tricks in there.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, you would then be able to get, I know you were talking about email earlier. I'm also very intentional with email. I don't send out a ton. I'd like to do like a monthly newsletter and
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm don't like to sell people on anything. I just
Sure.
like to bring insights. So then you would be able to receive those.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna
Yeah,
sign up for that.
for sure. Me
Cool.
too.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was such a fun conversation and
Oh my gosh,
um
so fun.
Yeah. That's actually
so
my
fun.
first podcast recording as well. So I really
Really?
Nice.
appreciate you. Yeah. I
Oh my
really appreciate you both
gosh.
so much. This was so great and grounding and I loved it.
Well,
Yay.
it was our honor to welcome you as the first podcast you've ever done.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
know. So
Thank you.
exciting.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being our guest and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.